All right, let's do this. What's up everybody, it's Alex here. It feels so weird to be sitting there and recording this video basically talking to myself, but here we go. So when I sat down to write my bucket list for the next couple of years with every single thing I've ever wanted to do, naturally this was the very first thing that I thought of. When I was 12 years old, I got into a biking accident. It was nothing serious, it just meant that I had to go to the hospital for a couple of nights. I was put in this massive room, which I think had about 6 beds in total, but I was the only person there for the time being, and it was so gray and so dull. Now, the only good thing about this room was that there was this massive window right at the end of it. And so during the night, I just couldn't sleep at all. So I got up and I walked to that window. And I remember looking outside and you could just about see the skyline of Riga, and I was completely mesmerized. I remember thinking, one day I'm gonna live right there. Now, as some of you guys know, life has taken me in a whole different direction. I've been calling London my home for the longest time now. However, I've always had this idea at the back of my head, like what would it be like to get to live in Riga for at least a little bit? So that is exactly what I'm gonna do for the next 7 days. I have booked myself an Airbnb in Riga and I will be going about my life like I usually would. I'm fortunate to still be able to work from home, so I'll be doing that from Monday to Friday, and I will be staying there over the weekend as well. So hopefully I'll get to see and enjoy a bit of the city. Now, I am originally from Latvia, however, I did grow up outside of Riga, which meant did get to go there every once in a while, but I never really got to experience what it would be like to have an apartment there and just step outside and just be in Riga. I'm gonna be taking you guys with me, and hopefully you'll get to experience a little bit of that Riga magic. And yeah, above everything, I also just want to spotlight this incredible gem of a city tucked away in Eastern Europe, because I feel like not that many people come here in comparison to like the tourist destinations, but I think you absolutely should. So I guess we'll just get up and get going. Hey guys, so I just got to Riga. This is where I'm going to be staying for the next week. It's really well located, and realistically it's the sort of apartment that I probably would be looking for if I was to move to Riga full time, just because it's very similar to what I'm used to having in London. I've pretty much always had like a studio apartment there, and this place is just really similar to those. So I'm gonna give you guys a really quick tour and then we can hit the road. Good morning, everybody. I just woke up. It's 9 a.m. I do need to get going before noon though, because today is going to be another scorcher. I think the highest predicted temperature is around lunchtime, when it's supposed to be like 35 degrees Celsius, which I think must be like 95 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, I definitely want to do all of my walking before then. So yeah, let's get up and let's get going. All right, so it's just before 11 a.m. and my first stop of the day is going to be my favorite place on earth, not just in Riga, not just in Latvia, but just anywhere in the world, and that is the Latvian National Museum of Arts. I always make a point to go there whenever I'm back in Latvia, even for a quick visit. I've been going there pretty much since I was in school, and I don't even know why I like it so much. I think it's maybe because I studied fashion design, and we went to a whole bunch of museums. They really just reinforced that love for the arts. But in any case, I go there to regroup, to get inspired. I haven't been for the past 8 or so months due to COVID restrictions, so I'm really excited to go back, and I'll take you guys with. Riga is actually very well known for its Art Nouveau architecture, which in Latvian we call Jugendstils. There's actually a whole museum dedicated to it and everything. But there's also a specific street called Alberta Street, which is where I'm heading next, which is the home of some incredible Art Nouveau elements. So if you are an arts lover, you should definitely check it out. It's right by the Latvian National Museum of Art, so you can't really miss it. Also, it's a great spot for Instagram photos, I'm just saying. On Monday, I spent most of the day just working my 9 to 5, jumping on back-to-back Zoom calls in the morning and working through my inbox for the rest of it. Spending the day indoors was actually great because there was a huge heat wave just sweeping across the country that week, and so it was much more manageable in the evenings. So once I wrapped up my working day, it was time to go grab some food, go for a stroll, and soak up that city energy. Bastion Hill is located right at the heart of Riga, just steps away from the Monument of Liberty, and it has to be one of my favorite spots in the city. Apart from the incredible green space, it has lots of narrow pathways, alleys of trees, artificial waterfalls, and a canal running right through it. Like many places in Riga, Bastion Hill is wrapped in history. I really wanted to mention that within the park, you might come across memorial stones to people who lost their lives during the January 1991 confrontations, where thousands of Latvian people came together to fight for our independence from the Soviet Union. Latvia was able to restore its independence and remains a sovereign country since August 1991. On Wednesday, I decided to check out the National Library of Latvia before jumping right into work. Thursday evening was really special to me because I met up with a friend and we ended up walking across the bridge right as the sun was setting. And then on the other side of the river is where you can catch some wonderful views of the Riga skyline. It was just as beautifully magical as I remembered it to be, and it just kind of made me stop and appreciate the moment. On my last day in Riga, I definitely knew I wanted to check out the Central Market, which is actually the largest market in Europe. As I was walking back to pack my bags, I was thinking, how in the world am I going to even wrap up this week? One of the things I really like about Riga is how green it is. The city continuously creates more urban green spaces, as well as preserves its historic parks. I also like that you can get pretty much anywhere on foot, or you can hop on a tram or a scooter. In Riga, innovation meets tradition everywhere you look. And I can tell you right now, the city is constantly changing. There's genuinely so many things I could tell you about or show you, but the truth is 10 minutes is hardly enough to even start. I've been in love with the city since I was 12, and getting to enjoy it for a week was incredible. There's lots of places and areas that I've not even been to yet, but from what I've seen, Riga is definitely one of those places that you can come back to time and time again, and I bet you and I will discover something new with every single visit.